Nobody warns you that motherhood would change your friendships. You expected less sleep, more laundry, more responsibility, but you didn't expect that answering messages would suddenly feel difficult, or that meeting a friend could feel like planning a military operation. And I definitely didn't expect that some friendship would become stronger and some would quietly fade. So yes, my dear ladies, in a previous video we were talking about a marriage and how to continue marriage and how to save marriage after you become a parent, and now we are going to do the same but friendships. Why maintaining your friendship is so difficult now after you become a mom? Well, because previously spontaneous coffee, yes, anytime. Long calls, yes, preferably. Flexible evenings, yes, just call me and we meet up. But now you have a nap schedule, daycare illnesses, exhaustion, and constant interruption. You know that you still love your friends, but you just have less access to yourself and also to them. You remember how in a previous video about a marriage we say that marriage also has different phases and love come and goes in a different waves. So same happens with the friendship. And this now when you have small children, this is a quiet phase and you have to accept it as it is. Yes, you cannot go so often anymore for a Saturday night out with your friend, even if you want, even maybe sometimes that could be your relief. Sometimes you could maybe recharge your batteries in that way, but this is not so easy anymore. Sometimes maybe yes, you can still afford things like that, but not so easy like it used to be. So how to maintain friendship now? I think both sides should know that something changed, yeah. And in this case, in this situation, you have two types of friendships. Are you friend with someone who has children, or are you friend with someone who doesn't have? I think when you're friend with a person who also has children, especially same age as your child, then it's a little bit different. Then you can still, if you live close, you can still somehow maintain your friendship with play dates, going in an indoor playground or outdoor playground, water parks, or whatever you like, wherever you like to go. It's mostly it's activity date, yeah. It's not anymore just sitting and drinking coffee or nice drinks for the whole day or half of the day, going on the lunch or dinner. No, you know that now children need activities, because your goal for the day is to make your child go to sleep peacefully, and probably her goal is also that. So the best time with your friend is to have a play date, yeah, where you can still be drinking coffee, even though that coffee will be quick, and the rest of the time you will be spending on playing with other children and making them safe. But still it's okay, yeah, because things change, environment change, new people are introduced to your life, so your friendship also will change. But how does it look like when the other person doesn't have children? From my point of view, but this is only from my point of view, I think this situation is a little bit more difficult. That person can be childless because she doesn't want to have children, or because maybe she wants but she can't, because of doesn't matter what reason, she can't. Yeah, so What are your same interests? Do you like to travel? Maybe you used to travel a lot before your children, but now when you have children, one or more, you cannot just like that buy a plane ticket and go for a weekend away somewhere. No, you have to plan that in advance for a few months maybe. So this situation, from my point of view, is a little bit more difficult when you are friend with someone who is not in those crucial things same as you, because they have different view of life. Maybe she's focused on her career, maybe she will go for other degree, other certificate, maybe her life looks like business travels, and this is what she wants to talk about. She wants to talk about her presentation that she had to do for her clients in Bali, while the office was having a beach view. She had to present something very difficult and important. And from your point of view, you can talk about what? Potty training. This is now very urgent topic in my life, for example. So this is what I talk about. And yeah, I'm not sure that even I would be like okay and focused to follow her lifestyle even when she talks. Like, it would be fully different. With this kind of friends, you have already the same subject, the same issues, the same life, almost the same life. So I think, from my point of view, it's easier to maintain friendship with someone who has already children than with someone who doesn't have children. But that doesn't mean that you should fully ignore this person. No, it doesn't mean that. If you still love this person, send her messages, send her photos, just like maintain your friendship in a different way, if it's possible. It can always be through calls sometimes when you can, or leaving messages, or leaving comments, also nice comments on the social media when you see that she traveled somewhere, and if you see that she is returning that to you, then it's like a very nice example to see that she also still does care about your friendship, and you have a potential to continue your good friendship once when your children are a little bit more bigger, a little bit more independent. So yes, at the moment when you have small babies, it is easier to maintain a friendship with these people, with these ladies, from my point of view. But if you have those that don't have children, don't ignore them, don't block them. Just keep in mind that you will be able to continue maybe a little bit later with the intensity that you both actually want. Some friendship become monthly instead of weekly after you get the children, and they are still real, okay? It's still a real friendship, it's still a real love between you two. And sometimes friendship means someone doesn't get offended when life becomes heavy. At this point of your life, you should just stop expecting friendship to look the same as before motherhood. Okay? But it's just for now. Later, when children are older, again, it can be different, but for now, it is what it is. If you feel lonely after becoming a mother, it doesn't automatically mean you failed at friendship. Sometimes life becomes louder, sometimes relationships stretch, sometimes they surprise you, and sometimes the people who stay are not the ones you expected. So please, share your story and share your friendships. Please tell me what changed most in your friendships after becoming a parent.